I did say but.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful here in Chicago, but not in San Diego, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Fire is so delightful.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it
Let it
snow.
snow, let it snow, let it snow. We're live, I'm assuming.
Yes, we are. And if you can hear us, then you know that it's time for a quickie. So hit that like button, heart button, whatever button floats your boat. Let us know where you're dialing in from. And we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Hey.
Happy 2020, soon to be, guys.
Yes.
Preemptively, I'm getting too excited about the fact that it's like the holidays are finally here and we are soon going to be in a new decade.
12 more days. 12 more days. I know it's going down. We have my buddy Steve.
Steve.
He is live with us. Hey, Steve, I'm giving you a little boom virtual this. Um, it is Gary Ware and Apryl Schluter. We are the Accountability Success Circle success team, and this is our weekly quickie where it is our aim to give you just the tips on things that you can do to help you get more done while having more fun. And being that we do have less than 15 days left in 2019, matter of fact, I said we have 12 more days. Our focus is how you can have that 2020 mindset and crush it. So we have 3 awesome things, and it's interesting because 2020 is like the year 2020, but if you think about it, 2020 as in 2020 vision, hindsight's 2020. So I can go on and on that, but that's not what you're here for. You're here for the tips. So let's jump out with the very first one. Apryl, do you want to take the first one?
Sure. So the one thing that, you know, if you've been following our little journey here with our 12 tips so far, we talked a lot about 2020 planning, all of this preparation. You know, some people might think like, oh, this is, you know, crazy that you're already starting to think about next year and we've got 3 months to go, but it happens fast, people. And one of the things that we ended the 2020 planning cycle with, other than just kind of doing all the preparation to get ready for 2020, which I've been working so diligently, I'm like ready already, and it's amazing. But we talked about having this mindset going into 2020 by using these powerful words. And a lot of people do this in very different ways. We've got a bunch of people in our community who will use alliteration for an annual theme. People will use, you know, a set of 2 words or 3 words or just 1 word, but there's some sort of cadence to it, and you can make that whatever you want. My personal cadence is I have 2 separate themes that, you know, support each other, but also have, you know, a lot of differences in them, which is why there's 2. So having an annual theme is such a great way to be in that mindset of next year. So I know, Gary, your theme of next year's experimentation, or was that this year?
Nope, it is. I have 3 words: experimentation, joy, and vitality.
Experimentation, joy, and vitality. Okay, and mine are creative confidence for the first one, and the second one is expansion. And so having this is a great way. It's almost kind of like setting a mantra for the whole year, and that's, you know, it's kind of like you ask and you shall receive. It's the thing that starts to stand out when you have such a strong defining word. We have some clients in our community that are focusing on joy, alignment, and I forgot the third one. Or, you know, who is the one that had the alliteration? I think it was Emily. She had, I can't remember. I have to look in my notes. But anyways, having these powerful themes is a great way to put yourself in that mindset of what you're planning on achieving in that next year. And it doesn't necessarily talk about how, but it kind of creates this like aura and sense of vision that you can carry with you, which is great when it comes to mindset. So that's
Yes. And so to add to that, Apryl, one of the things why I started taking up themes is that it allows me to have sort of guide rails for the year. And also, I, being a rebellious type person, I was like, forget the goals. You know, I am very ambitious. I have things that I want to achieve, but I felt like when I had these themes, it really just helped me manifest the things I want in life. Like, for example, this year, one of my themes was ease. I wanted things to come with ease. And I kid you not, when I think about the things that I achieved in 2019, a good majority of them just came with ease because I was tired of stressing over how I was going to do things. I just wanted things to just be a little bit easier, me to be easier myself. And so by having these annual themes, it just allows me to make decisions when things sort of pop up. I'm like, all right, does this allow me to experiment? Does it give me joy? Is it going to bring me vitality? Yes, yes, yes. All right, all in. If it's a no, then no. So would love to get your thoughts on themes. Do you have themes?
Yeah,
Also,
that's for sure.
big hi to Antoinette and Kathy.
Hello.
What's up, girls? Love you both.
We've got a big little group quickie going on here.
Yeah, it's a group quickie.
Um,
And so switching gears, and still on the same sort of wavelength from annual theme is self advocacy. This is a big one, and especially for you, you know, very busy go getters that that tend to focus on other people and you don't think about yourself. And before I get into self advocacy, I was talking to a really good friend of mine, and we were talking about health, and the question was like, "How's your health?" And that person was like, "Oh yeah, it's great. I eat well. I exercise." And then I said, "Well, how is your personal health?" And it's interesting that when we think about all these things, we think about being busy, but we don't think about recharging. So self advocacy, there's a lot that goes into this, but for me, to get in the right mindset for 2020, I'm choosing myself.
yeah,
I am going to do the things that are going to set me up so that I can do my best work. And this is something that Apryl is a big champion. So I want to turn it over to her because she has some really great techniques and some mindsets around that.
for sure. And for those of you who know me, I'm such a champion of like doing things your own way, and with that comes this ability to be as little as non-judgmental as possible. We all know that we judge, but like sometimes that can, too much judgment can cause a detriment. But sometimes all those judgments that the external world has upon us really shapes what we do. And so how can you really advocate for the things that you want to do and not doing them because somebody said that this is the way to success, or because everybody's doing it, so why shouldn't I? And it's getting out of that place of comparison. It's been a struggle that I've had personally for a very, very long time. And I'm only now really just embracing what I want and being able to ask for what I want. And hoping to take that to another level with my themes for next year in so many different areas. But being able to speak your own truth and being fully at choice, at your choice, not somebody else's choice, is what we really, really want to share. So I think in terms of self-advocacy, and just a little note for those of you that know that I have been doing this live stream show for 2 years now. My last episode of the year will actually be released on Christmas Day. It's not a live episode, but it like it normally is. But I am actually interviewing my coach for 3.5 years, Barb Wade, who talks a lot about self-advocacy, and we really, really dig into, and you'll get to see some of the things that I've struggled with in terms of my own self-advocacy, but how to be more of an advocate for yourself, so that you are you're managing the steering wheel of your own life. And if you don't allow yourself to do that in 2020, then you're giving up your power, basically. And so this is a way to really champion your own self-expressiveness and all that. And I just think that that's such a huge piece of having the mindset to really accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. Because the second that you give away your power, it leads you to not being as satisfied or happy in whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And we should move on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to April's Cheerful Conversations in the comments so that you can see where it is, so that you can check them out. They're amazing. And I'm so proud of April.
My channel, and you'll just get notified when it gets uploaded. So,
right?
Yeah.
Super proud of April. I remember when she had the idea about doing it and she planted that seed. And she got to work and she did it, and look at it, it's amazing. And that's a great sort of segue into our last tip number 3, which is all about reducing the noise. And when we talk about noise, it's all about what are the things that are going to get in the way. And I talk about this a lot in that I feel like we are more connected than ever, but yet we feel so disconnected. There are so many things coming at us, so many things on this device that is pinging for our attention. Are we able to do our best work? Are we able to focus on the things that matter most? Because there's so much things that are seeming priority. So if you want to have an amazing 2020 where you are choosing yourself, you're living your best life, how can you just reduce the noise? And so some of the things, I'll start, and then I'm going to turn it over to April. And we talked a little bit about this in the ASC, because our theme this month is data, but is looking at what are the things that you're paying attention to. And in a book by Sean Aker, who is a researcher and he's an expert on happiness, he says it's called noise cancellation, in that if you can reduce the amount of inputs, you will amplify the things that matter most. So can you pick moments in your day where you can just have no noise? Maybe for the first 3 minutes of your car ride, nothing. No radio, no podcast, nothing, just in silence. Or maybe one of the things that I play around with, especially because I have a little dude that is vying for my attention, is that after a certain time, like I put the smartphone away and it's just all eyes on Garrett. So like reducing all noise. What's your take on that, April?
I think I love everything that you've said so far, Gary. And I think the one thing I'd like to impart when it comes to reducing noise is this idea that over the world will slow down. And this is a perfect opportunity. I think some people like to take the advantage of the quiet and like actually get some stuff done. But knowing that there's all this energy that comes with the new year, you don't want to burn out before you get started. And so I almost want you to get selfish for the next couple weeks and just slow down. Feel empowered to just like do whatever you want to do, and prioritize for the next week to kind of like slow down so that you can really ramp up and leverage the energy that comes with a new year and a new decade when it happens, because you don't want to burn that flame too fast. So take advantage of the quiet. If it means that you're still doing work, but just do everything slower. Take more breaths. Take whatever rest you need, and go at your own pace. Don't allow yourself to get in the hustle of like, oh my God, there's so much to do before the end of the year, because you are going to burn yourself out and not have as a successful start to your 2020. Take advantage of self-care. You want to try to end 2019 the way you want to start 2020, feeling refreshed, feeling invigorated, feeling ready to take on that. So what I'm just trying to say is like, let's just burn out before 2020 is even started. Enjoy your holidays, and connect with those you love, focus on what matters, and we'll get ready to hit the ground running on January 1st or January 6th or whatever day that is that your new year officially starts. So,
yep. Steven said, squirm out before you burn out.
Yes, so much, right? This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? And yeah, and same thing for us. Like we're gonna take a break for the next couple weeks, We won't be having any quickies, but we will be back. I think we're planning on doing our next one January 9th. So we'll take some rest and then we'll hit the ground running. We've got some amazing stuff to share with you in the meantime. And then just to share who we are, right? We're the success team for the Accountability Success Circle. This is a program and a community that's focused on living playfully and being productive and just having so much fun while getting stuff done. And if you want to learn more about what we do and what we stand for, you can check out the link that's on the screen right now. We'll have some really awesome announcements when we come back for the new year. So stay tuned for that. It's a really, really cool opportunity to check out some of the things that we're offering in what we do with the ASC. So, and we'd love to have more conversations with all of you who are. Yes. Anything else? I think we're done, but happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. All the things.
Yes, you're all enough. Just remember that you're all enough. You're going to crush it in 2020. And I'm super excited to see what shows up for all of you. So, yes.
All right, guys. See you later. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye. I should just